Podcast hosts Gabe and Leo discuss topics that directly and indirectly affect the LGBTQ+ community. Their generation gap has them seeing the world through very different points of view. They fight, they argue, they laugh, and they get off topic. But they make sense. Most of the time. Are you ready for this episode of Let's Talk Trans? Well, let's get started. Alright, so what'd you think of the new intro? I didn't think it was too bad. It only took me like 100 million times to record it. It was utterly insane. Alright, so, it's a solo night. It's a Sunday night. It's a time change throwing anybody else off. It really messed with me this morning. I don't know about you guys, but I was like, I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to move. The dogs were like, we're not doing this. We forfeit. Yeah, it was definitely... I'm not looking forward to work tomorrow. I don't know if anybody's even looking forward to school tomorrow in this house. Here in PA... Ooh, excuse me. Oh, I don't know where that jumped out at. Here in PA, we had a nice snowstorm over the weekend. I can say nice because it'll be gone in a couple of days. So for those of you who are listening outside of the state of PA and, outside of the country, we are in that point in Pennsylvania weather where it's 31 day, teens the next, and then 50 and 60 the rest of the week. This is what we call spring. It's really weird. But that's where we are. So I already started to notice there are buds on the apple tree. Starting to see, the robins are back. It's definitely that time of year. Spring is official next week. So that'll be cool. Finally, we're out of the dark days of winter. Woohoo. I don't know about you guys. I like spring. I like my garden. I like having the windows open and everything. I love the color. I can't do the whole black nights and white winters is just not my thing. So that kind of brings me to the topic for tonight. I know that was actually kind of a cool segue. It wasn't planned, I swear. But that brings me to the topic tonight. I want to talk about something that's been bothering me, I don't know, the last couple of weeks, I suppose. Feminine versus masculine likes, dislikes, chores, not chores. So let me elaborate. I'm a single parent, and I have a transgender son, Leo, who has decided not to do tonight's podcast. He wants to kind of hang out, chill out, do his thing. And then I have a teenage daughter who is getting ready to go off into college and face the world as a welder. I know. So, and here's one of those things. As a welder, she probably will be one of few females in her field at the school. I don't worry about that. I've raised my kids to be very themselves. What they like is what they like. Like I said, Kai is has been a welding student, through tech, but where she goes to school. And a cheerleader at night. So, welder during the day, cheerleader at night. Even her senior pictures were that way. It was really kind of cute to have the cheer outfit on with the welding helmet, and they did some arcs and stuff in the background. It was really cool. However, that mentality of non-stereotypical or non-gender stereotypical roles, for me, seems to apply directly to my children and does not necessarily apply to me. When I say that, I have noticed that I find myself liking what I would classify as effeminate things, feminine behaviors, feminine characteristics. And I always said, I spent, the last, some odd years, 40 some odd years being a female and identifying with female things and wrapping my head around the fact that I was born with these parts, therefore this is what I am. And now I'm coming out of that cocoon and identifying as male and going, okay, I don't, I can embrace the stuff that I like. I can embrace getting muddy and getting dirty and being around my car and, being the proud, shopping for tools instead of shopping for whatever. But the downside is, and the thing that really messes with me, is I still like going into Jo-Ann Fabrics. I still like cuddling with a warm blanket. I still like taking baths versus taking showers. I don't do the frou-frou soaps, but I never did. I like my Dr. Squatch. I admit wholeheartedly I'm a huge fan of Dr. Squatch. So I know, shameless promo, and maybe if they're paying attention, they'll send me something free. I doubt it, but whatever. Anyhow, like I said, I like my candles. I like my plants. I like baking. Things that we have here in the United States, I should say, we have kind of pattern blocked as male or female, and that was really messing with me for a while. And then so I posted it on a female to male dads Facebook group, and the responses I got back were, logistically, not even logistic. Logistic is the wrong word. It's not logistic. It was insane. It was genuinely insane. The outpouring of support, and it wasn't. I don't want to say it was support. Well, it was. It was support. There's just no other way around it. It was this. What's the word I want to use? What is the word I want to use? And it was a correction. It wasn't. It wasn't a correct. It was a correction. It was, hey, you do realize, and these are things I've known throughout history. High heels were originally designed for men. Wigs were originally designed for men. Pantyhose were originally designed for men. In early, history, men did a lot of the work. They did a lot of the craftsmanship. And so this wasn't a feminine only thing or masculine only thing. The world kind of switches roles as it tends to do. It takes something that one side likes and kind of transfers it over. And so these dads really jumped in, and I got like I said, I posted this, I don't know, sometime last night, just shortly over 24 hours ago, actually 25 hours ago, and there was 21 comments, and every single comment, every single comment was, hey, look, they weren't saying you were wrong, it was, hey, look, we got to break the stereotypes. And that was really, really cool, because I do that. I say that to my kids all the time. If you want to paint your nails and you want to go, work with welding, you want to work with gas torch, or you want to do an arc weld, go for it, man. You want to get underneath the car and get oily with me? Sure, why not? In the same breath, though, I look at myself and go, what is wrong with me? Why am I still clinging to these things? And like I said, these guys, they put it in layman's terms. There's no male traits. There's no female traits. There's what people like. It is just people being people. And I'm going to call some of these people out, and I truly hope they don't mind. But Valen said, there's literally a show called Cake Boss about a male baker, and I'd completely forgotten about the Cake Boss dude. It was really, really cool, and I said I completely forgotten about that. Another person pointed out that you're not less of a man for this. Lee is a stay-at-home dad. He stays at home. He likes to bake. He likes the interior decorating, loves the flowers. He doesn't associate them with feminine things, but he has 3 girls. And I don't think I could do this, but he lets his girls paint his nails. He does tea parties with them. He actually doesn't feel less of a man. I think what actually, probably for him, it makes him feel more like a man because he's in touch with those traits. Like I said, there's Riley and Cy, and they all have the same thing: the baking, the knitting, the needlework, the interior design, and some of them have pointed out, that either they are gay or they're not. The one guy says point blank, absolutely not, hands down, not gay, but just loves doing this stuff, loves doing these what we classify as feminine, hobbies. And I'm just, like I said, I keep reading through some of these. They're talking about Paul McGillion, and I don't even know who Paul McGillion is or Paul Hollywood. I have to take a look at these. Some of these seems really, really cool, though. And like I said, these comments are just absolutely amazing. My favorite baker and stud muffin silver fox, Paul Hollywood, is most definitely a man. There's no such thing as feminine or masculine hobbies or tasks. That's internalization, toxic masculinity, misogynistic talk. Jeez. That just kind of made me sound like a jerk to myself. Internal misogynistic. I've never really classified myself as a misogynistic jerk, but I can definitely see how that would play out. It says, do whatever you like and know that it is only masculine or feminine if it's being done by a masculine or feminine person. You define your task, not the task defining you. So now I gotta correct myself because now I'm worried about being, a misogynistic prick to myself and to others. I really shouldn't do that. That sounds so horrible. Social constructs are another one. Dude, I know this cis guy who sews, bakes, cooks, and does crafts. Definitely not gay at all. I don't know why, I really wouldn't have, associated any behavior with whether a person was gay or not. Simply, again, that's the difference between, sexual orientation versus gender, so we don't go there. But, like I said, absolutely, hands down, every single one of these has been just an amazing response. And this comes from the fact that, like I said, I felt a little feminine by doing some of these. This one dad is actually the store manager of Claire's. I don't know if you guys remember Claire's. I haven't been to a Claire's in years, but Claire's is where we actually got my kids' ears done. Claire's is like the epitome of like tween girl hell. I'll say that. I couldn't go in there if I wanted to, not without, I don't know, gagging. But everybody's different, and for me, that's just too much. The cuteness, it's like if cuteness were like on a scale from 1 to 10, it's like a 12 or 14. It kind of like makes me want to go. But again, I'm more of a Spencer's and Hot Topics sort. That's just me. But I think Stitch is cute, so I won't go there. I have a Stitch hanging in my car. Of course, it doesn't make you any less of a man. I grew up orchids, and I work on my old Jeep constantly. I love to cook and enjoy building things. Things don't make us any more or any less masculine. I mean, like I said, everybody is really, really on topic. And I can't thank these dads enough for backing me on this and kind of putting me straight. It helps. It really, really does. We don't think about it. I guess maybe I didn't think about it. But what I'm trying to point out is, for people who do, especially people who are new to, I don't know, outing themselves, I guess, coming out and, exploring their masculine or feminine side. It's okay to still like those things. It's okay to wear heels and want to work under a Jeep. It's okay to want to bake and lift weights. Again, like someone pointed out on here, it's a social construct. Society likes to make us male or female and cookie cutter us and put us in these little boxes, and we're not. We're actually kind of odd that that I would be fighting this internally, because I'm kind of breaking a social construct every day by going, hey, I choose to be, I am a male. I do identify as a man. You are going to address me as a man. I don't care what I look like for the moment. This is who I am. But in my head, that battle is still very different, and we're our own worst enemies, I guess. So